Hello, today I want to talk about how I think the Watchtower Society is its own worst enemy. If apostates are to be feared and hated so much, I find it kind of ironic that it seems like they're just turning them out left and right. And I never planned on really making videos at all, and I always said as long as they just leave me alone and I'm fine to fade away and just go off the map into oblivion. But of course, they won't let that happen. So I did get disfellowshipped, and what they don't understand is that when you're backed into a corner, you lose your friends and your family. You don't have anything left to lose. You might as well warn off other people. I don't even know if other Jehovah's Witnesses will really pay much attention to this. I know some of them do listen, but I just think that it's funny that what you fear, you create. And for the Watchtower, you're creating apostates. For me, I never really gave much thought to it. I mean, when you're in it, you're just doing what you do. But they do create a mystique around it. The talks, they never mention any specific subject. You're just evil, apostates are evil. They want to drag you down, take you out. They're on Satan's side. We're all pals. But they never mention any specific issue. Usually, if you want to prove somebody wrong, you'll have a list of A, B, C, D, E, what they're saying about you, and your counterclaim. You should have a better argument to be able to convince somebody that what you're saying is correct. But they don't really do that. They just lump everyone into one category and demonize the whole lot. So there's that mystique. You're wondering, what sort of voodoo do all of these people have that if you just come in contact with them, if you hear anything they have to say, you're going to just fall out of the truth and become part of the world now. And coming to find out, it's their literature. Their literature is the voodoo that will drag you right out. So after you get brave enough to actually see what all of these people have to say, and they're quoting from literature that, witnesses maybe it's a few years ago have placed at doors free of charge, you're like, okay, it's not a lie. I see it from their own publications. So I just thought that was funny. I didn't really expect when I started to look at videos to see so much proof and contradiction in their own literature. So that's why they can't really bring up a whole list of subjects and then dispute it. So, okay, I thought that was funny. But then they also underestimate the power of human nature. Okay, fear is a powerful tool that they use, and fear works. You could tell people if they do it, they're going to get sucked into the world and die. But you have someone like me who is also very curious. And you've heard the saying, curiosity killed the cat. The second half is satisfaction brought him back. Because, yeah, you're curious, and I had to find out what's so crazy about it. What are these outrageous lies that one mention of it can make me go crazy and just leave? Well, it wasn't craziness at all. I mean, it was well-reasoned, well thought out, well-proven points that everybody had to offer. So, yeah, I think they underestimate the power of curiosity in people. And they're going to look. And I think that's why the internet is such bad news for the Watchtower Society. And you'll always have people that they're just going to believe what they want to believe, and they're going to do it anyway. What's interesting to me now is they're probably not having much success converting new people, door-to-door incidental witnessing anymore. So you could really see the rebranding taking place within the organization right now, which is kind of creepy to me because now it's really starting to become geared more toward younger people, very young people, Enter the Caleb videos, and teenagers. There's a couple of different Instagram, I guess, sites or whatever that one of them is JW-Witness, and it doesn't claim to be a JW official Instagram page, but they probably wouldn't do that anyway. But the pictures look pretty professionally done, and it's all younger kids, and it shows them being pals together and traveling to these exotic lands, and it looks like they're having great times at Kingdom Hall builds, volunteering, and they're making it look funner. And then I've seen the other videos to where now that they're having the worldly music inside the Kingdom Hall to entertain international delegates. That was unheard of. I did get married in a Kingdom Hall, and the thing that bummed me out is I didn't really want a kingdom melody for a wedding song, but that's your option. So I did end up walking down to the Shulamite Maiden. But it is kind of, I think they're concentrating right now on retention, and just at least the next breed generation of witnesses will stay in if they start to liven it up a little bit. They're starting to change doctrine around a little bit. The other thing that the reason that I think that they make apostates, that shunning policy is a double-edged sword for you now, isn't it? Because if you hadn't have taken such a harsh stance on ignoring people that are out and they could kind of come and go, I don't think people would have dug so deep. I don't think they would have tried to really take you out with such of the fervor that everybody has right now for Watchtower. And it's because you've left everybody with no choice. I mean, if you want your family back at all, that's your only option. You're going to fight for your family. So I think it's kind of cruel for people to say, while you're out, just move on. You know what? My whole entire family are Jehovah's Witnesses. These are people that I'm pissed off at right now, but I love them. Okay, this is my parents who raised me. They were great parents. Family, some of the sweetest family and generous people that I've ever known. And to this day, even some of the witnesses I see on the street, I don't feel angry towards them. I don't hate them. I love them. These are people that I've known my whole life. I know that they're good people. What is disappointing to me is they've known me my whole life too. I haven't changed as a person. I didn't all of a sudden become some crazy person. I just don't agree with you anymore. That's it. That's all that happened to me. And I never even considered the fact that I'm an apostate. When I started finding things out, I just thought, as long as I don't go around telling everybody and trying to make people leave. My dad was an elder, so yeah, I had a conversation with my dad and pointed out a few of the things that I couldn't reconcile anymore. I thought maybe he could give me answers or something. I don't know. And then I became inactive. I stopped going to meetings, and I had a lot of friends that cared about me, that I cared about them, so they're curious, where am I? So those people that I respect and love very much, I told them, I'm going to say this to you one time. This is what I found out, and this is why I'm not going to do it anymore. But I never tried to make a decision for them and say, I think you should leave too. I think you should just, tell everyone you know, pack your stuff up and just leave, because I think it's wrong. I would never do that. I'm not qualified to make those kinds of decisions for anybody, but I reserve the right to make that decision for myself. And that's all I did. And these people, I did feel like I owe them some other explanation besides just saying, I don't feel like going to the meeting right now. I just wanted to be understood. I didn't think I was being an apostate, but I mean, according to the douchebag elders that finally washed their hands of me, I guess I'm an apostate. FYI, side note, when I got disfellowshipped, I had to find out by text message the next day from somebody else in the congregation. I didn't even get the courtesy of guess what? You're going to be disfellowshipped this week. Maybe you should say your goodbyes to everybody. I didn't get that at all. I got a text message from somebody that asked me, did you know you were disfellowshipped? So that was lovely. And it's not like these people didn't know where I was at, okay? Because me and my husband, we have a sign company and had 2 witness employees. One of them still works for us. But they came by our work, 2 different elders, 2 different occasions while we weren't there, encouraged our employees to quit. Okay, they came by our house to talk to us a couple of times. I never hid from them. They know where I work, they know where I live, they have my phone number, but for some reason they just couldn't contact us to let us know we were getting the boot. So anyway, I'm still pissed about that. So in case you're ever wondering, any Jehovah's Witnesses watching that say apostates are angry, I'm pissed as hell. Yeah, I'm angry because that was a totally unjust asshole thing to do. And you didn't even follow your own rules to do it. Because I do have the Elders book, and I underlined several places where they didn't even follow procedure. So I think a good thing to do is if you have emails for Jehovah's Witnesses, I think they all deserve a copy of the Shepherd the Flock book. And if you don't happen to know where the one is at or can't find one, I do have a PDF of it, and there's so many other people that have a PDF of that book. I think we should all be playing by the same rules, at least know the rules. Not that they'll play by them, of course, and they won't. but just so you'll have at least a heads up. So as far as that goes, I'm going to be looking into some some legal action because I think that I may have a defamation of character case. So if if any of you know anything about that and could give me any sort of legal advice, I'd appreciate it. If not, I am going to be calling attorneys also. But congratulations, Watchtower. You turned out yet another apostate.